Hello, welcome back to Let's Play The Elder Scrolls IV Oblivion Remastered with me, Aaron, and our Spellsword, Dar-Lei, the hero of Kvatch. I hope you're doing well. When last we left off, we went ahead and got the final Mages Guild recommendation we need to visit the Arcane University. In addition to that, we did a Fighters Guild job. We helped a Dark Elf lady with pet rats kill some mountain lions, and lied to her about who was responsible for it. She didn't need to know. And in today's awesome Oblivion session, we will go ahead and do another Fighters Guild. Another Fighters Guild quest. And then finally head to the Arcane University and get access to some awesome benefits. But first, we need to have a rest, because it's getting late, and Dar-Lei had a long day. Oh yeah, and then one thing I forgot that we did. We went ahead and took care of the Grey Prince's quest, well, the first part of it anyway, and discovered that, unfortunately, the Grey Prince of Arena fame is the son of a vampire. Oh no! How is that possible? I don't know. I didn't write the rules of vampires in this whole universe.
To share your time with me.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Has to be true.
Everybody's talking about the prophet. After the attack.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Okay, no, you're not the guy I want to talk to.
Goodbye.
I wanted to talk to the guy in charge here so we can get the next Fighters Guild job.
Oh, hello.
Good morning.
So,
I heard that Velwyn Benaris is trying to sell off Benaris Manor.
so much talking. So much chit-chatting. Oh my gosh. So anyway, yeah, that's kind of... fuck, he's not even in here right now. Why did I even bother? Anyway, that's kind of where we're at. So we're gonna head back to the Arcane University. Probably... You're not who I'm looking for. Probably this episode. After we take care of this last Fighters Guild quest. We'll wait for a couple hours, see if he comes into his office. No? Okay, maybe he's elsewhere. So, yeah, we're gonna go to the Arcane University. Get access to spellcrafting. Enchanting. All that good stuff. And you know what? I've decided. After we get access to the Arcane University, next goal is to get a house. Get somewhere to live. And Dar-Lei...
Hello there.
Oh my gosh, lady, put on some clothes.
Look at the muscles on you.
And you know what? Dar-Lei knows exactly where he wants to have a house. He wants to have a house in Leowyn. So we're going to look into that after all this is said and done.
A pleasure to speak with you.
Thank you. Do you have any more work for me?
Looking for more work, eh? Good. Got a contract for you. I'd like you to go talk to Norbert Lels, here in Anvil.
Okay. So what's going on with him?
He runs Lels Quality Merchandise here in Anvil. He's been having problems with break-ins, though, and he's hired us to put a stop to it.
Okay, sounds good.
Take care of Lels. He needs the help.
Alright, I'll go chat with him. So yeah, I think once we get access to the Arcane University, we're going to go back down to Leowyn and see how much a house costs there. We have to do a little extra work, which may mean doing more Fighters Guild stuff in order to get money so we can actually buy a house. Also more arena stuff, because that's also a source of income for us to an extent. So, yeah, that's kind of my plan for Dar-Lei after once we wrap up, once we get access to the Arcane University. When are we going to pick up the main quest? I'm not sure. Whoops, wrong. I have the wrong quest selected. I'm not really sure. Yeah, I really don't know. Not anytime soon, I can tell you that. But Dar-Lei is definitely going to finish the main quest. He's definitely going to help stop the Oblivion crisis. We're just not in any rush to do so. I think as far as Dar-Lei is concerned, he needs to be a lot stronger to take on the forces of Oblivion. I think there's also that consideration for him. He needs to sharpen his skills a bit more. So, there's that as well. Plus, I really don't want Oblivion Gates popping up all over the place. When you advance the main quest to a certain point, you just get Oblivion Gates everywhere, and it's kind of insane. So, that's why I'm kind of not in a rush to get any of that done. Because I know that once I see Oblivion Gates popping up everywhere, I'm going to want to rush the main quest to its completion. I'm going to be like, alright, we just got to get this finished, and I don't want to do that. I want to take my time a little bit more with Dar-Lei. So anyway, that's my thought process about what's going on next. Oh, it's a rainy day. You know what, Dar-Lei will go ahead and take off his hood and enjoy the rain. Wonderful. Nice. Yeah, very pleasant. Alright, well, let's go talk to Norbert, see what he needs from us.
Welcome. Please, don't be shy. I'm listening.
You are not Norbert Lels. This is Norbert Lels.
Greetings. Welcome to Lel's Quality Merchandise. We have a wide range of goods to suit your needs. Oh, and perhaps you saw the sign outside? A slight mistake, you know. Bit of bad luck there. So, what can I do for you?
Doesn't do any trading right now. We just need to talk to him about the thing. Okay, I'm here on behalf of the Fighters Guild. I understand you've had some break-ins.
I've lost a great deal of merchandise over the last few months. I keep replacing it, but they keep stealing it. New locks on the doors be damned. They always come at night after I've gone to bed. Maybe a mage transports them inside. You can just stay in the shop overnight. Good luck. I'm going to wait at the flowing bowl until this mess is settled. I know I can trust you to keep the place safe.
Sounds good.
Be seeing you.
See you later. So I just have to stay here all day. Is that the idea, Norbert? Is that what you're trying to tell me? Because I don't want to hang out in your shop all day.
Hello.
Like if I leave, will I be able to come back in? I'll come back tonight. Promise. But I'd like to walk around the docks a little bit more. See what's up. Hello there.
No time to talk. Go away.
Any rumors?
I see no reason to talk to you.
That's fine.
Stop talking. Enough.
These are some suspicious looking characters. Well. It's a nice sword that one has. They all have nice armor. Sometimes I wonder if I should have done light armor with Dar-Lei, considering that we use shield spells, but I don't know. I'm a big heavy armor fan. Besides, once you get heavy armor up high enough, it doesn't even weigh you down anymore. Are we allowed to just wander onto the ships? Yeah, no one's stopping me. I don't think Dar-Lei's ever been on a ship before. Probably thinks this is pretty cool. Lighthouse. Aloe vera. Don't mind if I do. Check out this ship. Hi there.
Oh, I'll never get that crystal ball back. Not with those frightful spirits floating around.
Excuse me?
This is a travesty. A complete and utter travesty. The crystal ball is just sitting there in the hold, but I'll be damned if I'm going back on board. And nobody will help me. Nobody. Not with those spirits roaming the decks. I don't suppose you'll help me. No, of course you won't.
No, I'll help you. It actually sounds more interesting than just waiting around a shop until nighttime, so yeah.
Of course you can't. Nobody ever wants to help. That's the... Wait, did you actually say you'd help me?
Yes.
Oh, how wonderful. I can't thank you enough. I've been going out of my mind ever since my crew was murdered.
Murdered?
This is my ship, you see. The Serpent's Wake. I hired the crew to sail to Somerset Isle to retrieve a family heirloom.
Oh,
my
God.
mother's crystal ball.
Alright, I just remembered something.
They made the journey and arrived back all right. But then, someone murdered them. All of them. Now their spirits are haunting the ship. The crystal ball is in a chest in the ship's hold, but I can't get to it. I made it as far as the captain's cabin, but the spirits nearly killed me. Get the crystal ball and return it to me here, and I'll make it worth your trouble. Here, you'll need this key. Thank you so much.
Of course. Alright, I just realized that my oven went off, so I gotta put my dinner in the oven. So you know what? I'll be back in a sec. Alright, I have returned. I'm gonna go ahead and put my hood on. Get in there and deal with some ghosts. Now, before we do anything, let's go ahead and put on our most appropriate spells. It's going to be a close quarters situation here, so probably for the best if we prepare our spells appropriately. Ah, why'd the audio cut out? Okay, woof! Oh, I know why I'm not hitting it. Because it's a ghost! Now I need my Claymore of the Dynamo. There we go. Figured out my problem. A fine steel cutlass. You know, I could see Dar-Lei being a saber kind of guy. On Morrowind. The home of the elves, the dark elves. Better take those. Ooh, base ring of frost shield, I'll take it to sell. I'm sure she won't mind if we take these, right? Of course not. Not like she's ever gonna want to be back on this ship ever again. I wouldn't. Like that. Getting ready with our stuff. There we go. I love how often we're absorbing their shit. It's definitely encouraging. Why did I take that ladle? That was like the most thoughtless thing that I could have done. see here. Azura in the box. Note. Go to the end of the street, turn left, take the next right. If you see the house with the fallen roof, you've gone too far. Knock twice, pause, knock again. They'll let you in. Be sure to have the money. Creepy. Maybe some kind of deal went south. And maybe one of these crew members made a deal with somebody and it went south. They didn't have the money. And so whoever they owed the debt to sent someone to collect, so to speak. Yeah, that makes sense to me. I can see that being the case. Bring it, Ghost. There we go. Bye. Oh yeah, we should probably go ahead and use our minor wounds. Don't mind if I do. That crew member. Oh, I should be picking up the calipers and tongs, huh? Is this it? There we go. That wasn't so bad. Alright, make this my active quest. Alright, let's go ahead and return this crystal ball to her. Her crew has been put to rest. She need not worry any longer. Oh yeah, don't worry about the missing food. The ghost ate it. Yeah, they have quite the appetite. Turns out being a ghost is hungry work. Well, Dar-Lei, good news.
You did it! You actually made it back with a crystal ball. Oh, thank you. Here, please take this as a reward. It's the captain's enchanted cutlass. I managed to grab it when I was in his cabin before his spirit chased me out. Oh, thank you so very much.
You're welcome. Enchanted cutlass, huh? Red wave. Drain health on strike. Does look pretty cool. Very nice. I do like that they have cutlasses in this Elder Scrolls game. It's a nice touch. It's not as good as our... Well... With the 15 points drain health, I guess it does compare. It is comparable to our glass longsword, huh? It goes pretty well with our ebony setup, too. I do like the idea of Dar-Lei being a saber wielder. I like that quite a bit, actually. We might use it for a bit. These fellows are suspicious. They've been hanging around the shop for quite some time. I don't like the look of that. Alright, well... what time is it? Alright, I suppose we'll go ahead and wait in the shop. Maybe we can do some alchemy while we wait. Maybe we could start reading Brief History of the Empire while we're waiting. Well, we might as well take a seat here. We're ready. Let's go ahead and make some potions. Okay, I don't know why it's making that, it's doing that blue thing. If anybody has any idea why that's happening, I would love to hear it. Jeez. Kinda shitty. Wow. Alright, no thanks. Alright, we'll just sell that. Fine. Okay. How about negative effects? No, I don't want to use those. Good to know. Alright. I'm gonna take a short break here. To eat a little bit. But yeah, I'll be back soon. Alright, I have returned. Let's see, what time is it in the game world? 3:09 p.m. Yeah, we'll do some reading. This is where we're just waiting around. And let's go ahead and read Brief History of the Empire, Volume 1. Oh my goodness. Okay. A Brief History of the Empire, Part 1, by Stronach Cathoj III. Imperial Historian. Before the rule of Tiber Septim, all Tamriel was in chaos. The poet Trachisis called that period of continuous unrest days and nights of blood and venom. The kings were a petty lot of grasping tyrants who fought Tiber's attempts to bring order to the land. But they were as disorganized as they were dissolute, and the strong hand of Septim brought peace forcibly to Tamriel. The year was Second Era 896. The following year, the Emperor declared the beginning of a new era. Thus began the Third Era, year Aught. For 38 years, the Emperor Tiber reigned supreme. It was a lawful, pious, and glorious age, when justice was known to one and all, from serf to sovereign. On Tiber's death, it reigned for an entire fortnight, as if the land of Tamriel itself was weeping. The Emperor's grandson, Pelagius, came to the throne. Though his reign was short, he was as strong and resolute as his father had been, and Tamriel could have enjoyed a continuation of the Golden Age. Alas, an unknown enemy of the Septim family hired that accursed organization of cutthroats, the Dark Brotherhood, to kill the Emperor Pelagius I as he knelt at prayer at the Temple of the One in the Imperial City. Pelagius I's reign lasted less than 3 years. I don't think Dar-Lei has a negative opinion of the Dark Brotherhood, because, you know, there's a whole, you know, certain Argonians born under the sign of, I think the sign of the Shadow, are raised to become Dark Brotherhood assassins. And the patron of the Dark Brotherhood is Sithis. But nevertheless, even though Dar-Lei doesn't have a problem with them, it's just not his style. He's not an assassin. He doesn't, you know... Sure, he'll kill for money, but he's not going to be sneaky about it. So while he doesn't necessarily hate the Dark Brotherhood, it's just not his thing, you know? Pelagius had no living children, so the crown imperial passed to his first cousin, the daughter of Tiber's brother Agnorith. Kintira, former queen of Silvanar, assumed the throne as Kintira I. Her reign was blessed with prosperity and good harvests, and she herself was an avid patroness of art, music, and dance. Kintira's son was crowned after her death, the first emperor of Tamriel to use the imperial name Uriel. Uriel I was the great lawmaker of the Septim dynasty, and a promoter of independent organizations and guilds. Under his kind but firm hand, the Fighters Guild and the Mages Guild increased in prominence throughout Tamriel. His son and successor, Uriel II, reigned for 18 years, from the death of Uriel I in 3rd Era 64 to Pelagius II's accession in 3rd Era 82. Tragically, the rule of Uriel II was cursed with blights, plagues, and insurrections. The tenderness he inherited from his father did not serve Tamriel well, and little justice was done. Pelagius II inherited not only the throne from his father, but the debt from the latter's poor financial and judicial management. Pelagius dismissed all of the Elder Council, and allowed only those willing to pay great sums to resume their seats. He encouraged similar acts among his vassals, the kings of Tamriel, and by the end of his 17-year reign, Tamriel had returned to prosperity. His critics, however, have suggested that any advisor possessed of wisdom but not of gold had been summarily ousted by Pelagius. This may have led to some of the troubles his son Antiochus faced when he, in turn, became emperor. Antiochus was certainly one of the more flamboyant members of the usually austere Septim family. He had numerous mistresses and nearly as many wives, and was renowned for the grandeur of his dress and his high good humor. However, or rather unfortunately, his reign was rife with civil war, surpassing even that of his grandfather Uriel II. The War of the Isle in 3rd Era 110, 12 years after Antiochus assumed the throne, nearly took the province of Somerset Isle away from Tamriel. The united alliance of the kings of Somerset and Antiochus only managed to defeat King Orgum of the island kingdom of Pyandonia due to a freak storm. Legend credits the Sigic Order of the Isle of Artaeum with the sorcery behind the Tempest. The story of Kintira II, heiress to her father Antiochus' throne, is certainly one of the saddest tales in imperial history. Her first cousin Uriel, son of Queen Potema of Solitude, accused Kintira of being a bastard, alluding to the infamous decadence of the imperial city during her father's reign. When this accusation failed to stop her coronation, Uriel bought the support of several disgruntled kings of High Rock, Skyrim, and Morrowind, and with Queen Potema's assistance he coordinated 3 attacks on the Septim Empire. The first attack occurred in the Iliac Bay region, which separates High Rock and Hammerfell. Kintira's entourage was massacred and the Empress taken captive. For 2 years, Kintira II languished in an imperial prison believed to be somewhere in Glenpoint or Glenmoral before she was slain in her cell under mysterious circumstances. The second attack was on a series of imperial garrisons along the coastal Morrowind Island. The Empress's consort Conten Arinx fell defending the forts. The third and final attack was a siege of the imperial city itself, occurring after the Elder Council had split up the army to attack western High Rock and eastern Morrowind. The weakened government had little defense against Uriel's determined aggression, and capitulated only after a fortnight of resistance. Uriel took the throne that same evening and proclaimed himself Uriel III, Emperor of Tamriel. The year was 3rd Era 121. Thus began the War of the Red Diamond, described in Volume 2 of this series. Well, that was quite the read. We'll say that Dar-Lei rated that for about 6 hours. We'll see what happens. No one in here yet. Alright. We'll have a look around the shop. Very dimly lit in here. You'd think that he'd have sprung for some sconces. We're not going to steal from him. It's not like we can sell that stuff anyway. We don't need to add to his troubles. Maybe we can repair something, though. We need repairs. Yeah. always could use repairs, right? Take a magic potion, make sure we're topped off. Anything up here? Anything weird? Well, he appears to live just above his shop. That seems like it would be standard for most Imperial merchants. Is this a guest room? Is it a wife? Unclear. Rather unclear. Thief of Virtue. Larian the Mystic, we read that. Ruins of Camel Z. Guide to Anvil. Oh yeah, we didn't read Guide to Anvil. We should read Guide to Anvil. We do have it in our stash here. Sweet Dibella, Lady of Love, bless us and our children. My name is Alessia Otis, and I'd like to tell you all about Anvil. The seat of Anvil County is by the sea, and at first glance is very pretty, but when you examine it closely, it turns out to be quite unpleasant. The water views are charming, but on the docks and in the harbor district outside of town you will find many sailors and tramps and dirty persons of little worth. Castle Anvil is clean and well ordered, and within the town walls some houses are bright and cheerful, but others are derelict and abandoned, or shabby and neglected, with plaster fallen in patches from the stonework, and lunatics and drunkards may be encountered everywhere. Oh, I hate Alessia Otis. Castle Anvil. The ruler of Anvil is Countess Melona Umbranox. Her husband, Corvus Umbranox, disappeared many years ago, and most persons would agree that her ladyship is better off without him, for he was a light and frivolous person, and given to loose and riotous behavior likely to promote scandal. The Countess herself is a righteous and godly woman, and an excellent ruler, well loved by the people. If only she could compel her town guard to drive the seamen, lowlifes, loafers, and thieves from Anvil's streets, Anvil might be a more tolerable place to live. Districts of Anvil. Consider the 5 districts of Anvil. Castle Anvil lives outside the town walls, south of town, overlooking the harbor, and is reached by gate from Chapel Gate. Within the town walls are 3 districts: Chapel Gate in the east, Westgate in the west, and Guild Gate between Chapel Gate and Westgate. Harborside lies outside the town walls, south of town, and is reached by gate from Westgate District. Chapel Gate. A more beautiful chapel may not be seen in all Cyrodiil. A quiet garden for meditation with a fine statue of Dibella lies between the chapel and the town wall, and across from the chapel is a lovely garden and covered arcade where worshippers are protected from the elements. Regrettably, the people of Anvil seem little inclined to appreciate these advantages, and are seldom seen worshipping in the chapel. Whether this is the fault of the primate, who is a vain and shallow woman, or the countess, who does little to encourage regular chapel worship by her example, I am unable to judge. Guildgate. The most prosperous part of Anvil is entered by Guildgate, or Main Gate, or North Gate. Here, side by side, may be seen the handsomest and ugliest of Anvil buildings. The guilds are kept clean and in good repair, and both Mages Guild and Fighters Guild are unusually ambitious and industrious by Cyrodiil's common standard. The head of the Mages Guild, Cyrodiil, is a scholar of good reputation, and an outspoken enemy of necromancy, summoning, and the dark arts. The Fighters Guild here is well staffed and active, and shows no sign of the fecklessness and poor morale of chapters elsewhere in Cyrodiil. However, next to the Mages Guild is a ruin, long boarded up and abandoned, and in a prominent eyesore. Westgate. This is the residential district of Anvil. The houses here are shabby and ill-kept. The people are untidy and dull, with the exception of Anvil's famous citizen, the Argonian authoress Quillweave. who produces wretched books celebrating the misadventures and schemes of the lower and criminal classes. This person does her race no favor by confirming the prejudices of men who consider Argonians to be ungodly, dishonest, and worthless, and little better than beasts. Oh my god, she's such a piece of shit! Ugh. Harborside. The docks are rotten and in ill repair, and all manner of smells issue forth from the holds of ships and ramshackled warehouses. Shiftless persons gather here to bask in the sun, gossip, chatter, and plot how to beg or steal gold for wine and ale. Here, a good woman named Mirabelle Monet runs a house for homeless sailors. But, I'm sorry to say, her mistaken tender-heartedness and charity only encourages malingering and drunkenness. Instead, she should urge these wicked and idle men to improve themselves through industry and the teachings of the Nine. There is, however, a very appealing lighthouse south of the harbor, from which one may contemplate a distant and less disagreeable view of Anvil's castle, town, and its harbor setting. May the Nine guard and guide you! Well, I never want to read that again. Here, you can have that copy for free, Lels. You enjoy. We'll say we spent about 2 hours reading that. Oh shit.
I'm just warming up, pathetic worm.
There we go. Well, I have taken care of the crooks breaking into Norbert Lel's store. I should speak with the shopkeeper himself. Great. That went well. Take that. We don't need another glass claymore. I think we're good. We didn't damage his merchandise as far as I can tell, so... Great. Alright, awesome. Well, let's find Lels and give him the good news. Alright, that loading screen took a while. I probably cut it out. Let's go ahead and find Norbert Lels and give him the good news. Yeah, those fellows certainly looked suspicious. I think those were the same guys who were just standing outside the fucking, well, his shop pretty much all day.
What? Good to see you.
Norbert, good news.
Were you able to take care of my problem with break-ins?
I was. Turns out, I killed him.
You've gotten them? Wonderful. But their names are familiar to me. All of those men have worked for me. Amazing. I even trusted them to open up the shop in the mornings. I can't imagine what turned them to a life of crime. Sad. Well, here's your payment.
Thank you.
Take care.
Well,
What is it now?
very sorry about that, I guess. Yeah. Okay, so I think I mentioned in the last episode that I much prefer this one to the first Fighters Guild quest we get here in Anvil. I also much prefer the one that you get from Cheydinhal, to the first one you get here in Anvil. For the simple reason that it actually feels like a Fighters Guild quest. Like, yeah, okay, the rat one was interesting, but then I have to go around... Okay, like, it starts off seeming like something a fighter would do, but then you have to do a bunch of slunking and, you know... And you have to do some chit-chatting, and you have to, you know... You have to sneak around, do some skullduggery to see if they really... It's kind of... It doesn't feel very Fighters Guild to me. This feels a lot more Fighters Guild. Granted, it's not as...
Hello.
It's not as complex,
Hello.
and there isn't a choice to be made
What's
at the
going on
end.
with you?
But I'm gonna be honest,
Heard that the Nords
most of these
from
Fighters Guild
Skyrim
quests
have
don't
been
have a
more
choice for you to
and
make
better
at the
than
end.
tomorrow.
Most of them don't. That was actually pretty that was a pretty typical Fighters Guild quest. I actually find the choice that you make in the first Fighters Guild quest over in Shaden Hall to be a lot more interesting because it has consequences. If you give the fighters the wrong weapons, they are way more likely to fucking eat it over the course of the quest. They're way more likely to die because they're not using the weapon they're skilled with. And Burz Grokosh will react to your poor decision making upon their deaths, and he'll be like, dude, do better next time. That fucking sucked. So, you know.
Hello.
What's going on with you?
There's my take.
They say syndicates of wizards have
On
let
this
a
whole
boy called
situation.
Imperial
I don't think there's anything else to say. I think he's probably gonna be like, oh, you have to go to fucking... he's not here. Alright, well, you know what? I don't care enough. Let's make our way to the fucking Arcane University already. God damn!
Hello.
What's going on with you?
Let's do that. Let's make our way to the Arcane University. But actually, before we do that, there is a stop I want to make along the way. Somewhat unrelated. So, I discovered that in the area near Skingrad is none other than the Atronach Stone. Now, we are already under the sign of the Atronach, but if we grab the Atronach Stone, it will give us a spell absorption power. I think it's a greater power, so it's only useful once a day. But that'll give us something to use. That'll allow us to make spells with spell absorption. Right? That's awesome. So, we're going to grab that, and then head over to the Arcane University. Oh yeah, we also have to tell the Great Prince that he's actually the spawn of a vampire. Well, is Dar... Oh shit. Well, is Dar-Lei gonna be immediately honest about that? Hey! I actually need to think about what Dar-Lei would do. Would you tell him the truth? Or hide it? You know, or would he hide it because he's worried about not getting the reward? I'm not sure. Honestly? I feel like Dar-Lei would lie. Oh god. I don't think he'd tell the truth. So we'll see if that's an option. There's an option to lie to the Great Prince. We're gonna take it. Oh, I didn't mean to get off my horse. That's okay, though. Alright, so let's see here. The Atronach Stone should be somewhere around here. Ah, shit. There's an Oblivion Gate. I don't know if I feel like dealing with it right now. I'm here for something very particular. Yay, reflect damage! Hell yes. If I can avoid the Oblivion Gate, I will, because I really just want the Atronach Stone. That's what I came here for. The only thing that's kind of annoying about the Doomstones in Oblivion is that they're unmarked. That can make finding them somewhat tedious. I don't remember it being this far out. Is it really near the Oblivion Gate? I don't remember it being near the Oblivion Gate. 1 second, friends. I'll be right back. Okay, I have returned. Oh, I think this is it. Right up here. I think. I hope. Could be wrong, but I don't think I am. Yes! No stars shine upon the Doomstone. Alright, we'll just... What enemies? Is it the fucking Oblivion Gate? Oh no, it's the bear. Hi, bear. Fuck off, bear. Alright, let's wait. Oh, come on! Okay, we'll kill that bear too. Fuck you, bear. You're ruining my good time. There. Are we quite done? Thank you. Alright, let's wait 13 hours. I think it just has to be nighttime. There we go. Alright. It's shining. Yes. Marked by a special fate, you rule your destiny. Do you choose to steer by the stars of the Atronach? Absolutely. The stars of the Atronach shine upon you. You have gained the Arcane Well, greater power. Wonderful. Yeah, Arcane Well can only be used once a day. Spell absorption on self for 30 seconds and fortify intelligence. Very nice. That's good stuff. Now we will head to the Arcane University. Yeah, fuck that Oblivion Gate. It's not immediately threatening a town, so I don't care. Oh yeah, I do remember the one over by Leeuwin. I should have taken care of that. Oh well. But yeah. All right, let's see here. Mages Guild. Do I want to head straight to the Arcane University? Or should we stop by the Imperial Market District and sell off some goods? I don't know. How late will it be by the time we get there? Let's go to the Talos Plaza District, and if it's late, we'll rest up. Yep, definitely late.
It's you, the hero of Kvatch. This is truly an honor.
So we'll probably rest the night, I think. Definitely don't need the hood on. We should probably change into our more casual clothes while we're at it. There we go. Cool. Oh, I'm over encumbered. Okay, well that's fine, because you know what? I've got magic. Alright, we'll spend the night at the Tiber Septim Hotel. In the morning, we'll hit up the Market District and sell off some of our goods, and then we will make our way over to the Arcane University. I think that sounds like a wonderful plan.
Hey, what do you want?
I want a room. Why is that so shocking?
Why, yes. I do have a lovely room available for a mere 40 gold a night.
A mere...
Are you interested?
Just 40 gold. Yeah, sure, I'll take it.
Excellent. The room is on the floor upstairs, at the west end of the hall. I do hope you rest well.
Thank you very much.
Farewell.
Alright, so we'll rest here for the evening. Then begin making our way over to the Market District in the morning. Now, I don't know what kind of custom spells I want to do first. I haven't given it a lot of thought just yet. Yeah, I haven't really thought about it too much yet. I haven't quite decided what I want to do. I know that having weakness, that like infusing your spells with weakness to blah 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 is really helpful, useful. But I'm not sure what the rule is. Like once it's applied. Is it so like if I have a destruction spell that lasts several seconds and then like, you know, I'm combining just a damage spell and a weakness spell. Does the weakness spell have to last the same amount as the damage spell? Is that the idea?
What's going on with you?
Children are starving.
Not 100% sure.
I avoid those.
Alright. Hello there.
Best defense. That's me, Morrow Rufus. Light armor. The very best.
Oh, yeah.
Take care.
Never mind. I'm going to talk to your friend here.
I'm Bernardo. I handle the heavy armor at the best defense. I'm also an advanced trainer in heavy armor, so I know what I'm talking about.
Sure you do. Like to barter with
Can
you.
I interest you in some of my wares?
And I interest you in some of my wares. Have this. Ba-ba-ba-bum. You can have this. You can have this. And this. And this. Kind of want to keep the rings for enchanting. We're not going to find a
That seems fair
better...
price.
We're not going to get a better one than this for some time, so... Gotta start building up our funds so we can get that house in Leywin. I don't know how much it's going to cost, but I assume it's going to cost quite a bit of money. So,
I appreciate your business. Goodbye.
farewell. Well, since it's our first time to the Arcane University, I think we're going to approach on foot. So, we'll head to the arena, and then through the Arboretum, and then to the university.
Can you spare a
Hello.
Well, actually, we could just cut through the palace area, and then go to the Arboretum, and then go to the university. I think that sounds like a plan. Yeah, I think that's great. We haven't been to this part of the city yet. Should walk a bit. Oh man, we're walking through a graveyard. Alright, you know what? Never mind. We're gonna hurry up. Probably shouldn't be standing on people's graves, right? That feels disrespectful.
All citizens are welcome in the Imperial Palace, at least on the first year.
Okay. Dark elves are resistant to fire, and also, how dare you? I was reading that.
Hail, good citizen. How can
Is
I
that a
be of
Nirnroot?
service?
Do I hear a Nirnroot? Yes! Yeah! I found a total of 10 Nirnroot. I should return to Sindarian and Skimgrad, so we can begin crafting an elixir of exploration from them. Fantastic. I'm not gonna do that right this instant, but... Oh, you know what am I doing? I've got... Water walking! Oh, come on. Try that again. There we go. Sometimes I forget that I have magic. I think Dar-Lei was just so excited. He's like, oh, Nirnroot! There'll be more over here, right? Yeah. More alchemical. Hey! Oh, the rain's going away. Dar-Lei's in his happy place. I think. Well, he was especially in his happy place when it was cold and rainy. He was doing that, but this is still pretty good.
It's you,
Yes.
the hero of Kvatch. This is truly an honor.
And I'm about to become an official member of the Mages Guild, so you're going to hear a lot more about me, I promise. Alright. Dar-Lei is feeling pretty good right about now. The road to the Mages Guild was pretty irritating. Okay, I'm gonna give more hot takes right now. More hot takes, this time about the Mages Guild. This whole you have to run around Cyrodiil and get all the recommendations, it's a pain in the ass, and I don't like it. Here's how I would have handled it. I think a much better way of doing it would have been something similar to what they did in Morrowind, where you have to demonstrate competency in a certain number of magical schools, and then you get access to the Arcane University. Because you know what? Guess what? You can go through all of these different recommendations and never cast a single spell. The one in Bruma, if you're good at lockpicking, you can just open it that way. The one in Shadenhall, if you got enough carry weight, you can still carry that fucking ring. And then all the combat-related ones, there's no reason to really cast a single spell. If you have the sword and you're good at it, you can just cut things to death. The same problem that everyone lodges at Skyrim's Mages Guild, that, oh, you don't have to be a real spellcaster in order to become Master of the Mages Guild in Skyrim, da-da-da-da-da. Guess what? Same problem here! Same problem in the Arcane University. Same problem with the Mages Guild quest
What is
line.
it, citizen?
Exact same problem. So you know what? People who ride the dick of the Mages Guild questline, I'm sorry, but it has the exact same problems as Skyrim's. Suck it. To be clear, I don't really care that much. I just kind of got in a mode there. But the better question is, really, like, if you're not casting spells, why are you doing those quests? Like, it's a role-playing game.
Hello, Master Wizard.
Game.
Hello.
Samuel Bantian used to be a wild one.
Oh my God.
They say he used to be quite the locksmith.
It's true that he settled down. Still, he can teach you the basics of lockpicking.
Take care.
Alright, we'll chat
Goodbye.
with him.
Hello, associate. It seems you've obtained the final recommendation you required.
So anyway, I just did this so that they would shut up. So yes, while you can obviously criticize both of these quests, both the Mages Guild in Oblivion and the College of Winterhold in Skyrim, for not really requiring you to do any spell casting, which actually, for Skyrim, that's not 100% true, because you have to cast a spell in order to get in. Tolfdir has you cast that ward spell, so there are 2 spells that you have to cast. Now, I think you could probably get away with the first one, just using a scroll. I don't know how you can get past the whole, ward thing. You'd probably have to use some kind of glitch. But anyway, so while anyone can easily criticize both of these magical factions for not having stringent enough magical requirements of the player, the real question for the player who is playing a role-playing game is this. Why are you joining magical factions if you're not playing a mage? What are you doing? Why? Why are you bothering? It doesn't concern you. Why are you even doing it? It doesn't make sense for your character. Why? Why go and do that? Obviously the answer is some people are just super completionists and they want to do everything in a single playthrough. Which the way that Oblivion and Skyrim are designed, that they're very much designed to accommodate that. Unlike Morrowind, which is that you're never going to see everything in a single playthrough. There are certain, you're going to have to create different characters in order to eventually do all the guild lines. So, if you're a completionist, Morrowind is a nightmare, because you're going to have to create multiple characters. Whereas completionists will have an easier time with Oblivion and Skyrim, right? But anyway, that's the end of my rant. I got the recommendations.
I have received recommendations from all the local guild halls in Cyrodiil. You've done well for yourself. You may now enter the university.
Yay!
As a full-fledged member of the Mages Guild, I now also promote you to the rank of Apprentice.
Wonderful.
And grant you the robe of the Apprentice. Take a moment and try it on. Then we shall speak of what comes next for you.
Sure, we'll try it on. Why not? Alright, where is it? Where is it? Didn't he just give it to me? Wait, where is it? Did I miss it? Oh. No. There it is. Yeah, it's not really Dar-Lei style, but I guess he'll wear it while he's here. Yeah. Now we're looking magey. We're not going to wear the hood right now. We'll wear it while we're on campus, I guess.
We come
Treat it
to
like
the
a
real
uniform.
work at last. You have, no doubt, seen some of the worst the Guild has to offer. As much as we try to hold mages to a higher standard, they are only human. What I hope you will now see is that while the Guild can be disjointed and misused, it can also achieve some wonderful things. Now you have an opportunity to engage in more meaningful tasks and continue with your advancement through the Guild.
Wonderful. So, what do you have? What tasks? Well, actually, what spells do you have?
I offer the finest goods and lowest prices in all Cyrodiil.
Firestorm. I think we already basically have that, right? Yeah. Okay, anyway. So what tasks do you have for me?
Before you can begin work for the Guild, you'll need to do something for yourself. Every mage carries a staff. It is crafted and enchanted by the Guild and is a symbol of status. You need such a staff.
Okay, how do I go about getting one?
Before you can begin...
Oh, come on. There we go. Weird.
The wood used for staves comes from a grove to the northeast of the Imperial City, near Wellspring Cave. Several mages tend to the grove and should be able to assist you. Speak with either Zarasha or Ilette when you arrive, and choose wisely.
Okay, sounds good.
Wellspring Cave lies to the northeast of the Imperial City. The mages there can assist you.
Sounds good. Alright,
You shall have a true mage's staff soon.
yes. We will do that task before we fuck off to set about getting a player home. But let's take a look around the Arcane University. We're coming to the close of our episode here. I think we should have a look around. Okay, this guy sounds wonderful.
I won't take up much of your time, but I felt you should know. I've had a breakthrough.
Ha-ha! Magister, do you realize what this means?
Magista!
Any idea how this could impact the study of magic?
Oh my gosh.
There's more research to be done, of course, but the initial
We're
findings...
surrounded by nerds. Dar-Lei is just like, this is all free to take, right? I can just take this, yeah? No one cares? Oh my gosh, this place is great. I could pick mushrooms and flowers and no one gives a shit. Wonderful. Praxographical Center. We'll see what this is about. I think this is the spell making room. Yes. Nice.
What did I do to deserve this honor? Borisian, Master Spellmaker for the Mages Guild. Guildsmen only, of course.
Of course.
Only quality goods for sale here. What can I interest you?
Legendary Magica Drain. Wow. Holy shit. Electrocution. Oh wow. Holy shit. 110 points. Sign me up. Legendary Spell Absorption. Lich.
Another satisfied.
I have to think about what I want to do with my destruction spells. I might toy around with that off screen, to be honest, but I do want to see about making ourselves a nice little spell absorption thing. So let's see what we can do here. There it is. Okay, so we're gonna do it on self. Let's do 25 points for... Oh, wow. 20 points for 10 seconds. It's not great. Let's see here. We'll call it Spell Drinker 1. Wait, no. We should do like the Argonian style of naming. So let's see here. There we go. He drinks spells. 1. So let's see if we can actually cast it. Let's go ahead and just get our stuff back real fast.
Good morning.
Morning. Okay. Let's see here. Can we actually cast it? Yeah, we can. Nice. Excellent. So we can actually cast it. That's great. It'll last for 10 seconds, which isn't very long. But you know, it's a starting point, and we could probably cast it. We could probably afford to cast it a couple times in battle. That'll bring our 20 points. That'll bring our natural spell absorption up to 70, which is good. Now, before we end, I also want to. That's the Mystic Archives. We don't really care too much about that. Mage Quarters.
The one I mentioned the other day. I'll have you know, I was
Listen to all these nerds.
You actually doubted me.
Practice rooms.
Look at the muscles on you.
I know. And then the Chironasium, which is for enchanting stuff. So let's see about enchantments.
Yes.
You should probably clean that up. Just saying. So let's see here. I wonder if we can do anything with a nice ring. Okay, we do have a Grand Soul in here. Anything cool we can do? Maybe. Like, let's say I do that. Okay, that fortifies strength for 10. Oh, the only trouble is I can only do 1. So, okay. Let's think about what I would want to do. Think about that. Would I be able to do... Let's think. Fortify Magicka? It only does it for 24 points. Isn't great. Maybe shield? Only 10% though. Which is an extra 10 points of armor, which isn't bad. Let's see, we got the Ring of Endurance, Ring of Resist Magic. I wonder if we can make, I wonder if we can make a, let's see here. Is there no spell absorption? Really? That's not an enchantment I could put on it? Hang on, am I missing it? Sometimes my Let's Player brain just misses things. No, it's just not on here. Oh man, that's disappointing. It's very disappointing. Maybe Fortify Fatigue? No, that's kind of boring. Okay, well, at any rate, that's something to think about for later. We are going to call things here. We've been going for quite some time. Between now and the next video, I'll probably... I don't know, I'm liable to do some more alchemy. As well as toy around with spell making. See if I can create something
Fantastic.
good.
Thanks for asking.
Oh my god.
I shopped at Three Brothers a couple of days ago.
All
Not
right.
sure which one I took.
My gosh. Alright, people. So, I'll likely tool around with spell crafting a little bit between now and the next episode. See if I can see what I want to do as far as destruction spells are concerned. But, yeah. This is a big step in Dar-Lei's journey. This is very exciting.
Fellow Magister, may I
Oh
speak
my
with you?
goodness. I'm doing my outro, guys.
Do you remember
We are going to call things here, however. So, in the next episode, we will deal with the Mage's Staff quest, and then fuck off from the Mage's Guild for a while, and do some stuff over in Leowin to get a house. That is the plan. But yeah, that's gonna do it for the day. Thank you so much for watching. Until the next one, I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.
Feel free to tell the others, but let them know the